I saw a video that Jada Black recently did speaking on this topic, and I was trying to decide whether or not I was going to speak on it or not, but I said, you know what? I have to say something. Like sometimes, you just feel compelled to talk about something. Now, these two individuals in this picture, y'all should be familiar with. Of course, on the left, that is Sylvester Stallone. And if you don't know who that is on the right, that is Dolph Lundgren, who is famously known for being Ivan Drago. And both of them have done various movies over the years, but the Rocky series will always be the film franchise that was known for really catapulting both of their careers. And of course, they reunited when they did Creed 2, which came out last year, which was a very good film. But the reason why I'm talking about this today, what the subject I'm going to talk about today is that these two have teamed up again to do an action series called The International. And when it comes to any type of show, they have to shop it around, to different networks to see who's going to pick it up, who's going to throw the most money their way, or, things like that. Well, one of the networks that they were going to was ABC. ABC, as you know, is owned by Disney. And Disney is doing this whole revamping thing. And to be honest, I'm not really liking the direction that it's going in. And that's the reason why I'm making this video. Let me scroll down a little bit for you. It says Disney passes on Sylvester Stallone and Dolph Lundgren action series, not female focused. That's the direction Disney has been actually going in a while. Now you see why I titled this video the way that I did. But I'm going to scroll down a little bit more. I rarely do this, but I wanted to show you something. I want you to look at this part right here where it says, the report from Deadline, who indicates Disney-owned ABC was the only major network to not hear Stallone's pitch for the show because they are focusing on female-focused fare. The show was reportedly pitched to Fox, CBS, NBC, Netflix, and Apple. But the key words I want you to look at is this. Female-focused fare. Basically, what they're telling you is, if you're not going to come to any affiliate owned by Disney, and Disney owns a lot of affiliates, a lot of them, and you're not going to cater to a female base and strictly to them, or at least a good majority of them, don't even think about coming our way. That's basically what they're saying. So basically, if you bring an action film or an action show like they were trying to do, and it's starring two men and maybe not starring a man and a woman, where the woman is like basically dominating the man, or two women, don't even think about doing it. I don't know if y'all know, but they are actually bringing back the Charlie's Angels franchise. And I think they're turning it into a show. If they were to bring it to ABC, I'm willing to bet that it would probably get picked up. As a matter of fact, I know it would. They just showed you their whole skirt right now. So expect a lot of stuff to happen in the next phase with Marvel and, all the other Disney films. There's going to be a lot of Mary Sues. There's going to be a lot of pissed people. But I saw this happening for a while now. I saw this happening for a while. My question to the ladies out there. Did any of you go see John Wick Chapter 3? And if you did go see John Wick Chapter 3, did you enjoy it? Because let me tell you something. When I went to go see John Wick Chapter 3 back in May, there was a lot of women in the theater I was at. They were there with their husband, their spouses. Hell, some of them even had their kids, both boys and girls, and they were like cheering and, laughing and having a good time and, yelling at the screen and whatnot. Like it was a really interactive experience. And they even threw Halle Berry in the mix to, add a little female flavor to the franchise. And she was even kicking ass alongside Keanu Reeves. And as a matter of fact, that was probably one of the best scenes in the movie. So for them to sit up there and say that they're focusing strictly on female stuff, that lets you know what direction Disney has been going in slowly but surely for a while now. After phase 3 with Marvel and Endgame, now I know where they're headed, especially with those films. I know where they're headed. Now, this is no slight to Black Widow, but it's no shock that they're kicking off phase 4 with a female-led superhero film. And the reason why I said it's no slight to Black Widow is because I've been wanting to see a Black Widow solo film for a while now. I believe she should have got one before Captain Marvel. And I think a lot of people will agree with me on that, especially since she was established way before her and was doing how many films before she even got her one. And while we're asking questions, is there any woman in the comment section that liked watching the Rambo series or watched the Rocky series? I know many of you went to go see Creed, and I know many of you went to go see Creed because of Michael B. Jordan, but Sylvester Stallone was also in that movie. So they're basically assuming that women will not watch this show because it's being led by two male stars, and that it's not going to be geared towards women. Granted, it's going to have a huge male base, but I'm sure it's going to be women watching it as well. But it's almost like Disney is trying to speak for everyone and say just flat out no. If it's not going to have a female lead in it, we don't want it. Or if it's not going to be female focused, we don't want it. But my question to Sylvester Stallone and Dolph Lundgren is, why would they even go to Disney to begin with? But when you're shopping stuff around, you want to see as how many offers you can possibly get and who's the best one, the best choice for the pick. If I were them, I would not go back to Disney again with any other project, projections or whatever you want to call it. I would not go back to them again. Because they just let you know who their target audience is. Disney in its heyday was meant to be for kids, no matter what the gender, what the age, or for families. But now we see what direction they're going in. And I think I know why they're doing this. One of it definitely pandering. The second is because they know that the female audience or the female base, or they see how women's spending habits are, or how they're big consumers outside of the movie industry or the entertainment circuit is. So they figure, if we cater more to women, then we'll get the money that way. But whenever you look at the demographics of films, minus the chick flicks, they're mostly male dominated. That's actually what Disney wants, as if Disney doesn't have enough already. Disney is a global conglomerate and they want more. Basically, Disney is just greedy. They want it all. And if they could have it all, they would. I wonder how many times the government how many times they had to visit the government to acquire different properties. They probably like, okay, Disney, this is it. Y'all got 20th Century Fox. No more. That's it. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with them having anything that's female like center. They even have female superheroes that they don't give enough shine to. What they'll do is they'll gender swap them and have a female replace a male character and throw them in there as if that's okay. And like someone else said, whenever they have a lot of stuff that is geared toward women, a lot of times they don't get support, i.e. the WNBA. You'll find more women going to an NBA game than you'll have them going to a WNBA one. Trust and believe, I know this because one of my jobs is working at a sports arena. They had to end up moving the team from out of there to a smaller location because they didn't have enough support. Would you believe the most audience they would ever have for a game is on Kids Day, which is the daycares and the day camps? But any other games that they would play, they wouldn't go past the 100 level. They would close every other level except the 100 level on any other day except for Kids Day. Now, when they first got started, they used to have NBA size crowds, but after a while, the morale just dwindled immensely. So what does that tell you? But yeah, this doesn't surprise me that Disney's doing this. It's messed up because they literally showed you what they're like, who they're literally pandering to now. And it's like they're only pandering and pushing towards them, when you would think that as long as they've been around, that they will focus on a more well-rounded audience. So this is more than just the whole show that Sylvester Stallone and Dolph Lundgren are trying to get. It's all in this right here, female focused fare, and that's what they're focusing on. they may want to rethink that strategy. But see, Disney has cornered the market so well that it's hard to outrun them and outmaneuver them, because they have a hand in damn near everything now. That you could probably be watching something Disney related or Disney owned and not even know it. One time I found myself trying to look up all the properties of Disney and almost fell asleep. Because it was not because I was bored reading it, but because it was so many listed. I think I stopped at property number 50 out of maybe 200 something. These are properties that they either owned and are no longer around anymore, or they own and they still, and started in their inception, or properties that were owned by their own sector that they bought, like Fox. 20th Century Fox, I should say. But yeah, it's going to be very interesting going forward. But y'all let me know what you think about this down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. I will talk to you in the next one.